Hi, good afternoon. This is Scott, Killer 3-cylinder on Insight Central. Had a lot of people ask me about doing a front crankshaft seal on a first generation Honda Insight. I've got one here that's set up and the belt and the tensioner are already out of the way, and I'm going to take the crankshaft pulley off and pry out the new crank seal, or pry out the old crank seal and take out the spacer. And I want to show you how to do that because a lot of people seem to not understand. So I'm going to come in here and I've got my impact gun, which is a pretty strong one, and I'm able to get the bolt out, and the pulley just barely fits on the end of the crankshaft and it drops right off. So you can see the seal and you can also see the spacer. This is the seal, and the spacer has a couple of small holes drilled in it so that Honda probably makes a special tool to pry that out of there. And I'm going to use two smallish screwdrivers, bigger than pocket screwdrivers, but the next size up basically. And first off, I'm going to stick a screwdriver in the edge of the seal and pry it out. And I pry against the crankshaft and the spacer. This is the spacer. You're not going to hurt anything doing this as far as this area, because this is all hardened steel and it's steel. We're not prying against the aluminum timing cover. The next part is this, and a lot of people struggle getting this out, but with two small screwdrivers, you can get your hands in here and you put one screwdriver on each side of this. And with the two small screwdrivers, I'm trying to get the best camera angle for you. You're just going to go behind here a little bit and lift up with two screwdrivers, and this pops right out. Inside here is the O-ring that needs to be replaced that we commonly talk about. So there's the O-ring inside the groove of the spacer. Then we found also that on the spacer, there's sometimes a little bit of wear on the edge of the spacer from the seal where it rides. So what we like to do is we take the spacer and we slide it on a 19mm impact socket. We found that it fits the outside of the socket, and I use a piece of sandpaper and my impact gun to turn this and clean the outside edge. So we freshen up the outside edge and we take this off. Normally at this point I would put the new O-ring in here, but just for the video and purposes so you understand, if this was the new seal, now it's time to put the new seal in first, and you have to put the seal in. And the seal that we popped out of here, it was driven where it's the same, it's flush with the outer surface of the timing cover. Then when you put your new O-ring in, you want to put a little bit of oil on this and make sure that the holes are pointed outward again, and then the spacer goes back in after the seal is in. You can't put the spacer on first, you'll damage the new seal. And this needs to go down just a little bit. There, it went down, and there's a little bit of a shoulder still sticking out, so that when you put the crank pulley back on, it'll sit on the outside of the spacer. That's it. I hope this helps you. Thank you.